It's like I was saying before you shut up. I've made multiple attempts, right, to take it on the chin, right, through every regard of every attempt that I've made, and try to do quote unquote better. And I was asked at this meeting how I feel, so I asked the Dons how they feel about me, right? Because it's very apparent that uh, I'm not taken to any regard.
See,
I would imagine.
that,
I would
that's
imagine.
Apparent how? Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's what I mean. I don't get that. You're
Right.
treated like
So
everyone else
I can
is
give
in
you
our, in
I
our
can give you
shit.
more examples, right? So when I joined the group, right, we discussed one of the things we discussed was that when businesses happen, we build off of each other's businesses, right? We invest in certain things, we go into certain things, right? And then I brought up the casino, and everyone seemed to be very excited about the casino and how it worked, right? And then when I come back, Lang, I called you for advice to have a sit down and try and figure things out, and you said no, and that you weren't into business whatsoever, and you didn't want to have the conversation. So,
You called me up. I said I want to be your goddamn COO, Martin.
well, HR.
What is wrong with me backing out of that? Is that not allowed? I can't be a grown ass man. Realize I don't want to be involved in the casino business. That's a slight at you somehow.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying? That
It's just that we agreed, right? That when it comes to businesses, we build off of each other and this and this and that. And when I asked for advice and all that stuff, you completely shut it down. When prior you said that you were excited to hop into it and excited to talk about it further, but down the line, that conversation was denied.
it wasn't denied. I changed my mind. I'm not getting involved in that anymore.
So what changed your mind?
Does the reason matter? Can't me as a grown ass man just change my mind and that be okay?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't understand. How is that a slight at you? Because I'm not getting involved in something that I just decided I want to be involved in. That's not a slight at nobody. That's me just being my own man. I'm doing what the fuck I want.
Right, that's a fair point. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure everybody else here in this room was still very eager to get involved in the casino business. It could be me assuming because I don't know, but from what I've last understood, they are. So I don't understand how is that a slight at you in any way?
We have had a meeting. I was there at your place, at your business with Gigi, getting a good look at what was going on. That was the first step to that direction, right, Martin?
Right. Yeah, and I appreciate you for that. I mean, all three of you in that regard. I appreciate you all for that. Right. But Lang, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The way you talk to me and the way you regarded me, in terms of mannerism, treatment, the whole way through, is how I imagine it would be to be an intern at the company. I don't know how else to explain it. I feel like I'm an intern at the company when I speak with you.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know how to compute that in my mind. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
What is your preference of how you would rather it be? I don't know what the fuck that means.
Sorry. What'd you say?
What is your preference on how I should speak to you exactly?
Like the guy that on his own built a casino from the ground up with $0, has a Bitcoin farm that's mining 70 coins a day, and brings a fuck ton to the table, and not throw all of it in the fucking garbage, right? Like how
am I throwing it all of it in the garbage exactly? Are you just like making up scenarios in your head that now you believe is true that is false? Like I'm very confused.
In every single situation where I've tried to bring something to you, they've all been disregarded and devalued 100%.
Like what else besides the whole casino business, my man?
The casino business, finding a flaw in the kickback system, right? That was one. The whole Bitcoin thing, with the whole pre-Bitcoin, as well as the Bitcoin where we bring in outside sources. I made a whole presentation, right? I didn't even get to present it. The guns, as soon as I brought in those guns, they were told that they were no value. But in reality, if it weren't for me, right, I paid for basically the entire contract. We wouldn't be able to afford the contract for the guns at that time. So this group would have had no guns, right? But now we have like 5, 6, and that's because of me.
So what do you want for, like, you want a hug for that? Like, what do you want me to do out of that? I'm confused.
I don't want a fucking hug. I don't want a fucking hug. I just want to stop being talked to like I'm a fucking idiot.
Let's be real.
Okay, but now that's changed, right? It went from that, I don't want to be talked to like I'm a fucking idiot, but before you're saying I was disregarding everything you were doing.
Right.
So which one is it now? Because I'm starting to get very fucking confused.
Okay, I guess the best word to describe it is called respect, I guess.
Okay, and why do you feel like I don't respect you?
I mean, I explained that.
So the casino, which I've already explained, the butt coin, what is your issue with the butt coin?
I mean, it's not an issue per se. It's just that. What?
What's the issue?
Without me, this group would have 0 guns today, right? Unless you bought them.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
What do you mean?
I'm asking about the butt coin, man. I'm not asking about the guns.
Yeah, and that's Bitcoin related, right? I paid for the contract for this group to run it.
Wait, what?
I sent, I think it was 65, 70 coins, and if we didn't have those coins, we wouldn't have been able to do the contract.
I'm so confused. Okay, so this is the butt coin situation that you're talking about right now.
It's part of it, yeah. And then I also had a proposition.
So how was that disregarded?
In every way possible.
Yeah, but how? Like how? That doesn't answer the question.
You said it was like useless, basically. But if we didn't have those guns,
what was useless? What did I say was useless? Can you just stop beating around the bush and just get to it?
I don't get what you're asking me.
How was this entire situation in your mind disregarded?
I mean, I think a perfect example is the way you're speaking to me right now, right? And I understand that there's a hierarchy, and I do my absolute best to respect it. But throughout my entirety of this group, other than the first week, I've been shown no respect from you in any regard.
But once again, you're like not answering the question.
I mean, just the way you're speaking to me now, like it's like you're attacking me. We're not talking in a civil manner, and how am I
attacking you? Because I'm asking questions. Like, this is very confusing. I'm asking you your perspective.
Right. So what do you need clarification on?
Well, once again, how did that entire situation in your mind you perceived was disregarded? The whole butt coin situation with the guns or whatever the fuck you said.
I mean, when we had the meeting, right? It was valued at basically nothing, right? And it wasn't about kickback. I don't really care about fucking kickback. I don't really care about fucking money. I have enough, right? And when situations happened, right? And like, for example, the whole fucking gun thing or whatever the fuck, it's like none of it was accounted for, right? None of it was taken into mind. That like without me.
But in what capacity? Like how would you want us to compute that? Like what did you want out of that?
I don't get what you mean by that. It's not really like
okay.
it's not really a certain specific thing that I can point out, right? It's just an overall tone or not tone, like I don't know how to describe it.
You want us to rejoice and celebrate and throw a party for you helping us out to get guns? Like I don't understand how we compute this to make you satisfied. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I'm not.
What did we tell you when we first bought you in? We don't do that here. Period. We just don't. Nobody gets pats in the back. We all work towards a bigger goal every fucking day, and you be proactive and do what you think is right.
Look, and Lang might, may have backed out of whatever he said he was gonna get into, or maybe just is doing his own thing, like you said. But you got me, you got Gigi, Harry. I don't know if Tony wanted to be able to work with you on your projects long term. I mean, that in and of itself is also us recognizing the work that you've done.
That's why it just doesn't make sense what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So, I guess you guys just aren't seeing it the way I'm seeing it, right? I'm not looking for recognition. It's not that, and I don't know how to describe it any better than just respect. And when I say that, I'm
but
specifically talking about
disrespect. You have yet to define it. Whenever I ask you how we've disrespected you, you like talk about a whole other topic. Define the disrespect as best as you can.
Okay, disrespect as best as I can, right? Throughout this conversation specifically, okay, you have not tried to understand my side. You have tried to poke holes in my situation and my story to prove me wrong. That's not respect.
How am I poking holes in your story for saying what the actual version of events were? Like, I'm
right.
confused.
And here's the thing: I'm a human being, and so are you. I could see things and perceive things a certain way, and of course, there's going to be flaws in that. But you are not empathizing in any regard. You're only pointing out those certain flaws out of a whole situation that's got a whole lot of things that aren't flawed, and saying this is why you feel that way. This is why you're wrong. Now get over it. That's not respect.
I never told you to get over it. I think you take like the words that we say and you paint an entire narrative in your mind that is just not true. You say we're poking holes in your story. We're just talking about what actually happened. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like we are literally talking about the events that occur. Tense as fuck.
Okay. So I don't think this conversation is gonna get very many places, to be honest. I feel like you guys just aren't, well, I mean, Lang, I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to get at here, and I think it's best.
I mean, I get it. I think you're just dramatizing everything in your mind. I'm gonna be honest. You think we disrespect you or don't respect you, and it's more than likely the exact opposite.
Right. Yeah. So with that, we're probably just going in circles, right? So it's just better off just not speaking about this, right?
Well, I mean, we can talk about it all you want. I personally don't give a shit. You say what you feel and what your version of events is. You can do that all fucking day.
I'd rather.
If we didn't respect you, why the fuck would we even waste our time buying you in? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, that's why I came to this meeting and I asked that, right? I wanted to get the clarification.
Clarification on what? Why you were bought in?
No, on just why I'm being treated like fucking dog shit.
Well, I don't think you're being. I don't think you're being treated like dog shit personally.
I feel like I always give you the time of day, like.
Oh no! I mean, Harry, I'm not speaking about you. I think you show me respect, 100%.
Okay, so who doesn't? Is it just me? Like, well, can you be more direct here? Like, I feel like
I've said it like multiple times.
Beating around the bush a little bit.
I've said it multiple times. For the most part, it's absolutely just you.
Nobody else has got a problem with you. Is what you said.
There's 5 people at the top, Martin. Even if one of them's not in line with you, I mean, we don't expect everybody here to like each other, right? I might not like Harry, but I'll still work with him. You know what I mean? If Lang don't like you, or vice versa, or you guys got problems or whatever, you still got 4 other Dons you can work with.
Well, Lang is the leader of this group.
No, I'm not. See, like this is what boggles my mind. Like, me and Luciano have spent hours speaking to you before we bought you in, and then somehow you buy into a completely different narrative. This is what boggles my mind. We have spoken to you I think it was like 4 different conversations on exactly how this worked, and then I even said, then even after we talked, I'm like, take another 24 hours and think about it before you buy in.
Yeah, you don't have the information on what the fuck goes on, man, to be saying fucking bullshit like that.
Yeah, like
to make a blanket statement like that,
you're bullshitting.
To say Lang runs this group is horseshit.
You go to the meetings, like you were involved in everything to see that literally is not true.
Okay.
This is none of your business, but we have an odd number for a reason. We literally have a fucking odd number of 5 people to vote shit.
Yeah, I was made aware of that.
So don't say bullshit like that.
So you were made aware of all these things. Me and Luciano took the time to talk to you, like I said so many times before we bought you in. So now how are you standing there and saying that it works completely different from what we talked about? Like, that just doesn't make sense.
I'm not saying that it works completely different, right? But in my experience, right, when I ran my crew, there were multiple leaders, but there was always one person that made the final decision in that, right? The one person that every leader looked to. It's just kind of like a subconscious natural thing. Right.
But
so
but in the same breath, you're saying you're aware why there's 5 people at the top. Like, you literally just said you were aware why there's 5 people at the top. And the reason why there's 5 people at the top is there's always going to be a majority vote and never a tie.
Okay.
Once again, you're somehow convincing yourself of these narratives in your head that are just not real. Like you just convinced yourself that you think I lead this shit when that is far from the truth. And anybody in this fucking room will tell you that. Will solely lead this shit because I do help lead, but it's not just only me doing it.
Okay. Well, sorry for the confusion then.
Yeah, you're apologizing for the confusion though, but it's hard for me to believe that you were confused because we took so much time to explain this to you.
Right, but I'm saying from my point of view, right? Running a crew when there's multiple leaders, there's just that subconscious thing where there is one person that heavily influences or everyone looks to in that group of leaders. And from my perspective, it seemed to be you in that situation. But if that's not the case and I was wrong, then I apologize for even saying that.
I was going to say, I think you know that you were wrong. I think you said that for the sake of saying that. I'm just saying. There's no way you believe the opposite. Like Martin, you've showed up to every meeting. Like you've been involved in everything that we've been doing and talking about. Like you understand how it works. I refuse to believe that you don't. Even subconscious, whatever, I get that. But we have been very vocal on how things work from the beginning.
I don't. Okay. Well, yeah. Sorry for the confusion.
And even then, I am who I am, man. I'm not gonna change for nobody. I ain't gonna collar you. I'm gonna talk to you sweetly because of how you take things in or whatever. I just do what I do, my man. You have a problem with that? I don't know what to tell you. You want to pin up these giant crazy theories in your head? That's a you thing. You can do that all day if you fucking want. But the fact of the matter is, if we had no respect for you, whatever brought you in, if nobody in this room, if everybody in this room had a problem with you would already know that there was a problem. If there was a problem, you would know.
I know. Okay. Well, I guess that's that then. All right. Am I good to go?
One more question here, man.
What's up?
Are you gonna leave? Or are you gonna see this through?
I have no intentions of leaving, but the thing is, I mean, like the way I said how I feel is the way I feel, right? And if you don't see it the way I do, there's always going to be that miscommunication there, and it's always just going to. I think it'll just be more sour than it has to be.
I think you need to reevaluate what you think you bought into, personally.
Us not being on the same page, this ain't gonna work. We need to be on the same page. How can we get there?
Yep. Because it's not convincing when you say like the way you just ended that. Like I can tell you're still not okay with it. We've basically got nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
I mean, I don't think I have the solution for you guys.
You understand? This puts everything in a uncomfortable position.
This is why I'm saying you need to reevaluate what you think you bought into.
In what way?
I mean, I truly believe that you think what you bought into and what we asked you to buy into are completely different in my mind.
So can I ask, what do you think it is that I bought into? Like what?
I mean, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but like just from your perspective, like what is your understanding of how I see it? If you can pinpoint that.
I just don't think you see it in the way that we explain it to you. I think you see it differently. What that is, I don't know, but it's very clear. It's different.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll ponder on it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the time. And like I said before, sorry for laying it all on you, right? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but, it's kind of like the spillover effect, right? When things build up and things build up and then things build up, everything spills into one, and it seems like it's a much bigger thing than it really is. And I'd rather, laying out it completely on the table from my point of view, just so it doesn't get any worse than it quote unquote has to be. Do you get what I say when I say that?
Yes,
Okay.
I think again, you just need to really evaluate what you bought into.
I'm not trying to get shot, Chad.
Because this isn't really all about what I think you want it to be. Like we're not gonna. It's all about being proactive, and you do what you want to do. We're not gonna call you every day and give you a pat in the back and appreciate you and give you credit. We have the meetings every Friday. Everybody knows what the bigger picture is. We all work towards it together, or in some instances, not even together.
Okay. Yeah. I'll reevaluate and ponder. Okay. Thank you for you guys' time. All right.
No problem.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks, Marty.